When you first arrived in Indonesia, what were your initial impressions of the country and its people? What are our strong points and what needs to be improved?
I think it's not only my own personal experience. Practically every visitor to Indonesia I've spoken to is very impressed from the first moment by the warm welcome we receive, by the friendliness of people, the willingness to help, the smile of the people, and the politeness of people. So I think this really strikes a visitor. It did strike me when I first arrived. And it turns out that it's not only a first impression. This has been verified to my mind, throughout my stay here, which is a bit over 2 years now. People have been unfailingly friendly, generous, smiley, and kind. So I think this is really something that really stands out in terms of the Indonesian people. Let's say in terms of the physical environment around us, of course, the nature of Indonesia, the sceneries, the variety it offers is really quite unique. You are fortunate to live in an amazingly beautiful country. And I was also impressed by the development I've seen in Jakarta and in other cities, the fast pace of this development. Now, of course, there's always room for improvement for all of us. It's not really for me to say, what Indonesia should improve. We have to always bear in mind that these sort of assessments are very personal. They have to do with, where we come from and what we expect and what we are used to. But let's say if I had one thing to mention, I think continuing to improve the business environment for foreign investors, I think would probably help significantly the Indonesian economy. We see steps in the right direction, but I think that, yes, continuing on this path, I think would be a good thing for Indonesia itself.
What has been the most challenging aspect of representing Cyprus?
Challenging. I mean, it's of course, it's an honor for me to be in this position, to be representing my country in such a large and internationally influential country as Indonesia. I think one thing we have needed to work on and we need to continue working on is making our country more known, to share more information about Cyprus, what it can offer, relationships with Indonesia and the countries of the region. Of course, that's my job, the embassy's job, so that's what we need to keep working at. I should say here that our embassy reopened only 2 years ago, so it's quite normal that we have quite a bit of groundwork to do.
What's your favorite Indonesian food?
Yes, that's probably the most difficult question you've asked me, because Indonesian cuisine is so rich, so varied and delicious, so it's very difficult to choose one dish. One that comes to mind, I guess, is rendang, which I like a lot, but I also enjoy Indonesian soups a lot. For example, I really enjoy a nice soto ayam. Yes, but a lot to choose from, all these beautiful spices and these long culinary traditions that Indonesia enjoys make it really a continuous sort of discovery of its cuisine.
What's your favorite destination in Indonesia?
Favorite destination, again, a very difficult one. I haven't seen the whole of Indonesia, unfortunately, yet, and I don't know if a lifetime is enough to see and experience the whole of Indonesia. Jakarta, of course, is home now, so I have a certain affection for the city I live in at the moment, but also venturing beyond that, I could mention maybe a couple of other locations, what Central Java has to offer from a historical, cultural perspective. But I've also enjoyed particularly the Komodo National Park, the islands around there. So, this sort of life on the sea and really experiencing the archipelagic nature of Indonesia, that has been also fascinating. But lots more to discover, and I hope that I'll have the opportunity to do so before my mission here in Indonesia concludes.